helping homeless families find a permanent place to live. I'm Jill Horner. This is Comcast Newsmakers. With me this hour is Shanna Goldstein, Executive Director of Family Promise of Monmouth County. Thanks for being with us.
Hello.
Talk to us a little bit about some of the trends that you're seeing at this point, because we're talking about not homeless individuals, we're talking about homeless families.
So as everybody knows, the economy is horrible, and more families are living in poverty. More and more families are having to choose between paying their rent and their mortgage and putting food on the table. And we're really the only resource in Monmouth County for families when they do find themselves to be homeless. We're the only homeless shelter for families. We keep families together. We provide them a safe place to stay and food, but the most important thing that we provide is the emotional support, because when you're homeless, you're so overwhelmed. You don't know where you're going to get your next meal, where you're going to spend the night, and so we're able to help them, you know, understand that there's a lot of resources, and we can hook them up with those resources. But we also just provide that shoulder. We just are like, you know, it's okay. You have a safe place to sleep tonight. You have 3 meals a day. Like, you don't have to worry. That doesn't have to be your main worry, because for the next 90 days while you're at Family Promise, like, that's taken care of. Let's focus on getting you back on your feet, on finding you a permanent place to live, on securing employment, whatever the issue is that led to their homeless situation in the first place, which can be so many different reasons. We had a family come to us just recently who her son was sick, and he had really bad asthma, and she had to take time off from work unpaid. And when people are living paycheck to paycheck, you know, that little bit of time you're getting unpaid, you're choosing between, like I said, food and shelter, and that's what we see a lot.
And you mentioned the idea of working with the parents in this situation in order for them to eventually find the resources to have that permanent housing situation. But what about the kids? What are some of the challenges that these young people face, and how do you ensure that they continue in their development and their education while at Family Promise?
We try to make it as normal a process for them as possible. So we encourage them to continue in any activities that they're participating in. So recently we had a family, the daughter was in cheerleading, the son was in football. We have them continue in their activities. We don't want them to miss anything, and we just try to provide a normal home environment. We actually just moved into a new day center, which is where our families are at during the day, and it's a beautiful house on the grounds of a church in Middletown, and the families were so excited because it was much bigger than our last space. There's a playroom for the kids, so they have their own space, and the adults were really happy because there was a stove and they could now cook their own meals, because for 90 days while they're at Family Promise, everybody's cooking for them, everybody's doing for them, and so they want to be able to, like, take back some independence and cook for themselves. So they were really excited just about the stove to cook, so that it's been really nice to have that, to be in a home, you know, and try to make it as normal as possible for the kids.
And you've recently had some success stories. 2 families moved into their own apartments.
Right. We had families that were with us. One mom was with us, a single mom with 2 kids, one kid. She was with us for 4 months. While she was with us, she got her certification as a certified nursing assistant, and she was able to secure employment and find a small apartment in Keensburg. And then the other mom was working when she came in and was able to maintain that employment. She had 2 teenage girls who play basketball in Middletown, and they were able to find an apartment, affordable apartment in Middletown. What we do see is that there is not a lot of affordable housing in Monmouth County, and so our families really struggle to find something they can afford, because the families we're working with, like I said, you know, are those low-income wage earners. So we're always encouraging them to take advantage of, you know, schooling, vocational, whatever they can to increase their income potential, because it is very difficult to find affordable housing in Monmouth County.
You're also looking for people to get involved both through donations and through donating their time.
Right. We're looking for board members and volunteers always. We're a very small agency, and the majority of the people that do the work at Family Promise are volunteers, but we have a very small board, and we do need more board members because we need to raise more money. We need to be able to help these families on a longer term basis. Right now, we can only help them for 90 to 120 days, but some families need a lot more assistance than that. You know, they need to help for 6 months to a year, up to 2 years, but we can't help them with that right now. So we need financial support and board members to help us get that financial support.
Thanks so much, Shanna.
Thank you.
We've been talking with Shanna Goldstein. I'm Jill Horner.